for tuning in to catch today's edition of the Tax Talk. My name is Oyinlola Sale, and I will be guiding you through the show today. We have business news, corporate talk, tax did it, and tax your brain, all lined up for your edutainment. Here on the Tax Talk, we seek to familiarize you as a Lagos State resident and taxpayer on everything related to tax administration within the state. Let's take business news first.
This is business news. In accordance with applicable tax legislation, the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS, has communicated a reminder to all employers of labor to submit their annual tax returns on or before the stipulated deadline of January 31, 2024. Mr. Ayodele Zubair, the executive chairman of LIRS, conveyed these in an official statement released by the agency. Mr. Zubair emphasized that employers of labor with businesses located within Lagos State must adhere to the deadline, as failure to comply will result in penalties and other statutory sanctions outlined in Section 81, Subsection 3 of the Personal Income Tax Amendment Act of 2011. Mr. Zubair reiterated that the exclusive platform for filing annual income tax returns in Lagos State is the LIRS e-tax portal, etax.lirs.net, as manual filing is no longer permissible. He urged businesses and employers to leverage the e-tax portal for filing, citing its user-friendly, convenient, and secure nature. The e-tax portal is designed for the convenience of taxpayers, making tax transactions easily accessible from the comfort of homes and offices, according to him. He emphasized that the taxpayer ID is a mandatory requirement for all employers to file their annual income tax returns on the e-tax portal. Employers within the state are advised to generate a taxpayer ID where applicable for their employees and to file their P.A.Y.E returns through the e-tax portal. To facilitate compliance and address any filing-related concerns, LIRS has designated staff at its various offices to assist taxpayers in utilizing the e-tax portal. For additional information or inquiries, taxpayers are encouraged to visit the agency's website www.lirs.gov.ng. Follow LIRS on social media platforms at LIRS.gov.ng. Reach out via email at etaxinfo@lirs.net or contact the LIRS customer care at 0700 2255 5477. The Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Mr. Dele Alaki, has stated that part of the federal government initiative to attract investment to the mining sector is through tax waivers or imported mining equipment into the country. Mr. Alaki shared this while meeting with his Saudi Arabian counterpart, Mr. Banda Al Khurayef, on the sidelines of the Future Minerals Forum in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He emphasized the importance of establishing partnerships, highlighting that crucial minerals abundant in Nigeria play a crucial role in the global energy transition. He stated the importance of investing in local value addition through the processing of solid minerals, leading to the establishment of factories in Nigeria. This, in turn, will generate employment, creating a ripple effect on the economy. The minister's assurance comes amidst the lingering issue of illegal mining, especially in the northeast region, despite the ban and strict regulations promised to be enforced by governors. And that's it on Business News.
If this is your first time or you're just tuning into the show, welcome. At this point, we're getting set for Corporate Talk, a segment where we go one-on-one with experienced hands in the field of tax administration. Mr. Tokunbo Akande is a special advisor to the executive chairman, LIRS, and he will be taking us through the process and timelines for the filing of annual returns with a focus on corporate entities. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Oh, it's certainly my pleasure. Without wasting much time, let's go straight to the first question, which is, what is annual tax returns?
Okay, now you take it from the word itself. Annual, it means it's done once. Tax returns, it means statement that you file denoting what is due to be disclosed to the tax authority. But don't forget that the corporate entities don't pay taxes to state authorities, but they have obligation to report on remunerations that they pay to their vendors and to their employees and deduct taxes on same and file returns on that to us. But in this case, which we are referring to, which is the Form H1, it relates solely to the remuneration they have paid to their employees and then the taxes that they have deducted from those remunerations, which they have also remitted to the tax authority.
Is there a specified period for filing?
Yes, please. Yeah, it's between 1st of January and 31st of January of the year succeeding the year which you are reporting. You know, you report on annual basis like this from January to December. So if it's January to December 2020, then you file your returns between 1st of January and 31st of January 2021. Because as of that time, you would have been able to consolidate all the payments which you have paid to all your employees.
That's good to know. Are there penalties for non-filing of annual returns, and could you enumerate if there are any?
There are. So if you fail to file, it's 500,000. So, and like I've always said, the issue is not even the amount that is being paid, but the fact that the organization has a stigma of not complying. So it has impact on how people view your organization. And sometimes you see it's the corporate image is very, very important, if not more important than even the actual productive activities that the corporate entities actually perform. Because if you are found to not be compliant with the law, some other people that want to do business with you will just say, no, I don't want to have anything to do with you. So it's always better to just stay within the boundaries of the law.
And what are the modes for filing online?
In Lagos, we have transited from manual. It's strictly electronic. So you go to our e-tax platform, and then once you get there, you download. You go to what they call the module for filing.
Okay.
It's there. Well, so you just click on it. It shows you formats or templates which you can populate with the information which you have. They are flat files or the CSV or Excel. You populate and then you upload again, and then you are good. So it's as seamless and as simple as that.
Since we are treating corporate entities, what are the different types of taxes that are applicable to them?
Corporate entities don't pay taxes on their income to the state, but they are obliged to deduct on behalf of the state, act as agents of the state, to deduct from remuneration that they pay to their employees, payments that they make to their company that they pay to their vendors, and then remit same to the state. So we are talking of personal income tax. We have the withholding taxes on the various kind of ventures that they have with their vendors who supply services to them. Then you have capital gains tax that comes from when they lay off their staff that they need also to pay to the state government. You know, when they pay compensation for loss of office, then they deduct the capital gains tax and then remit same to the state government. Of course, there are some levies like the business premises levy, which they pay, and then they also act as agent for development levy for their staff, which they remit to the state government. The corporate entities are just agents of the state in helping to deduct taxes and remitting them to the states.
I've come across this term a few times, best of judgment assessment. Could you share more light regarding it?
Okay. Best of judgment actually arises basically from the word itself. It's the best of judgment of the tax authority. It means that the taxpayer or the agent of the taxpayer has not filed returns to the tax authority. So because you have not done that, or you have filed a return that the tax authority finds a bit doubtful, then based on its own experience of the industry in which that taxpayer is operating, can say, okay, you can't say you are in the oil industry as a driver in the oil industry and you claim that you are paying your staff 50,000 naira per month, because we know that in the oil industry, average driver there earns above $500,000. monthly. So you understand? So the tax authority will now use its own best of judgment based on its industry knowledge to say, no, that driver A, I'm charging minimum of 500,000 per month for that person because I know in the industry, they have collective agreements which says this is how much you pay. You understand? So that's the minimum, that's the floor. So that's where best of judgment comes. It's because the taxpayer has not disclosed his or her income.
Mr. Akande, we have picked a lot of pertinent information so far during the course of your discussion, but at this point, we need to go on a quick break.
Thank you.
Mr. Tokunbo Akande, the special advisor to the executive chairman, LIRS, will still be here when we return from the break. I trust you will too. Don't change that dial.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How may I assist you?
I made a reservation for a room. My name is Ahmad.
Excellent, Mr. Amodu. A moment, please. You made a reservation for our deluxe suite for 2 nights. That will be 150,000 naira, sir. How would you like to make payment? Cash or card?
Card.
Okay. Thank you. Savings or current, sir?
Current.
Your PIN, please.
Thank you. You don't charge 5% consumption tax here.
No, sir. We don't do that.
Really? You're running a hospitality business and you're not charging 5% consumption tax?
No.
Hold on a minute. Hey, bro.
Alpha.
Yeah, I'm at an apartment in Ogba and the receipt issued to me did not reflect the payment or deduction of consumption tax.
Oh, really? Thanks for the heads up. I will send a team to investigate.
I mean, they should be penalized.
Attention, all service apartment owners and operators in the hospitality business in Lagos State must charge and remit consumption tax to LIRS. Failure to comply is a contravention of the extant provisions in Section 9 of the HORC Law 2009, which attracts penalties as stipulated in Section 10 and 11 of the same law. Stay on the right side of the law.
Welcome back. We've been talking to Mr. Tokunbo Akande on the filing of annual tax returns with a focus on corporate entities. We still have a few more questions. When is a best of judgment assessment raised?
It is raised after the expiration of the period of filing and the taxpayer has not filed his or her returns.
Why is filing of annual tax returns important?
It is because it is what the law says you should do. That's number one. And so if the law says you must go from here to that place, then it's the right thing to do. Also, more importantly, it allows for the tax authorities to assess people to the proper amount of taxes that they are supposed to pay. Because when you file because you are filing data and information, which we now process, it is that information that we process to determine the actual amount that you're supposed to pay based on the law.
What is the penalty for filing incorrect or false returns? The
penalties that applies to the person that has filed an incorrect returns under the personal income may be also applied to the corporate entity. Like if they do something that is wrong, and then we're able to establish it, but it will be on conviction by a judge in the court of law, and that the penalty will be, of course, the 500,000 that is there. Then if it is incorrect, not false now, incorrect, the issue is that you pay 20,000 fine plus double the amount that has been suppressed. Whichever is there, that you replace the fine with that amount. So that's for incorrect. But if it is false, like I said, it's treble the amount that has been suppressed. And then, of course, there's the issue of 6 months, not more than maximum of 6 months imprisonment. But corporate entities don't go to prison. It's individuals that go to prison. So that one won't apply.
Let's say a taxpayer genuinely needs help on an issue. What platforms can they reach the LIRS on?
Thank you very much. We have multiple channels for which we can provide assistance. Of course, you can send an email, which is at info@lirs.net. Then our branches are there. You can, if you want people Some people just prefer the physical meeting of people. Then the various offices that we have, including our head office, which people can reach out to us. Then, of course, we have the various social media platforms, which will be shown on the screen for viewers and taxpayers to see. So all those ones are available for people to reach out to us, and they can be reassured that whatever issues they raise will be promptly dealt with.
As a final question before we go, there's the issue of taxpayer ID. What exactly is taxpayer ID and how can it be gotten?
Okay, it's the unique identifier that the tax authority uses to track you as a taxpayer, just like you have your bank account and then you have your BVN. So it's the one that once any tax authority across the globe sees it, they will know that that is that individual they are relating to, and the tax record they are seeing belongs to that same person. So it is a way of identifying you. And for you to get it, we need to, of course, get onto our e-tax platform, upload your photographs, provide your either your BVN or your NIN, and then do what we call the biometric capture. But if you can provide either NIN or BVN, then you don't need to come to our office to do biometric capture again. We can use that one to profile you and know that that is the individual that we are dealing with. So it's just a unique identifier of the taxpayer.
Thanks for coming on the Tax Talk today, Mr. Tokunbo Akande. It has been crystal clear regarding the filing of annual tax returns by corporate entities. We've learned so much today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.
Oh, it's certainly my pleasure.
Thank you.
Please stay with us on the Tax Talk, as there is still more to come after this break.
Have you had a hard time with taxes and understanding tax administration in Lagos State and the complex nature of Nigerian tax law? Do you know what agency or tier of government collects the various types of taxes? Have you ever found yourself asking any of these questions? Join us for your favorite program, The Tax Talk, your infotainment program.
You're still watching the Tax Talk, and you can find us on social media with the handles on your screen. The LIRS also remains accessible online via not just their website, but their social media handles as well. It's time now to check out Tax Did It, a visual diary of what the government in Lagos State has done with the taxes entrusted to it.
This facility, the first in the state, heralds a turning point in the state food distribution system. The food system transformation agenda was adopted as a measure to improve our current system, which is undated by wastages, post-harvest losses, traffic congestion, and other inefficiencies that result in losses of over 50% sometimes of agricultural produce, especially our perishable goods and vegetables. This transformation journey is hinged on our 5-year agricultural food systems roadmap, 2021 to 2026. This roadmap reflects our passionate commitment to boosting food production, processing, and marketing. The roadmap sets the stage for direct intervention, strategic collaboration, and establishment of linkages with the private sector, with various financial institutions, foreign investors, and multilateral agencies.
Food security is not only about producing. If you do not take care of the market angle of it, which is what Lagos is to the rest of Nigeria, being the commercial nerve center, taking care of 60% of commerce, being the 5th largest economic hub in the whole continent, then there is nothing else that Nigeria needs other than Lagos organizing its food systems and Nigerians following hitherto.
You just saw Tax Did It right here on the Tax Talk. Evidence that Lagos is working. The streets of Lagos is our next port of call with a man on the street ready with the day's trivia question.
Hi, my name is Nifemi. Welcome to Tax Your Brain on the Tax Talk. We have an interesting question for the residents of Lagos today. Let's see who gets it right.
January 31st.
January 31st.
I think between 30th and 30th of December.
January 31st.
January 31st.
Thank you, LIRS. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, sir. And it's a wrap for Tax Your Brain, but the Tax Talk continues. Stay tuned.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How may I assist you?
I made a reservation for a room. My name is Ahmad.
Excellent, Mr. Modu. A moment, please. You made a reservation for our deluxe suite for 2 nights. That will be 150,000 naira, sir. How would you like to make payment? Cash or card?
Card.
Okay. Thank you. Savings or current, sir?
Current.
Your PIN, please.
Thank you. You don't charge 5% consumption tax here.
No, sir. We don't do that.
Really? You're running a hospitality business and you're not charging 5% consumption tax?
No.
Hold on a minute. Hey, bro.
Alpha.
Yeah, I'm at an apartment in Ogba, and the receipt issued to me did not reflect the payment or deduction of consumption tax.
Oh, really? Thanks for the heads up. I will send a team to investigate.
I mean, they should be penalized.
Attention, all service apartment owners and operators in the hospitality business in Lagos State must charge and remit consumption tax to LIRS. Failure to comply is a contravention of the extant provisions in Section 9 of the HORC Law 2009, which attracts penalties as stipulated in Section 10 and 11 of the same law. Stay on the right side of the law.
We on the Tax Talk are extremely passionate about our efforts to educate you on tax administration matters. That's why we do this every week. Our online community is one we value as well. So please follow us across all social media platforms. The handles are always displayed throughout the show. My name is Oyinlola Saleh. Enjoy the rest of your day.